Hello there. It's me again, Chastity White Rose, and I actually have a lot to talk about. I'm going to be doing this stream is going to be me reacting to my college math, which is going to contain some algebra. And last time I did, it was fun, and I want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. It's kind of funny. But what I'm going to do here, what I'm going to try to do, well, actually, I won't mess with that. I'm just going to get right into my topics today because there's some things I want to talk about before I start on my math test that I have to do because I've been very busy. I'm working full time at Walmart and doing online school, and I'm in a math class this month. And last week was a rough week. If you saw my stream, you will remember it was rough. I was so behind. I had I think 4 math tests I had to do, and each one was taking me forever because I did not understand the problems, and I'm horrible at algebra despite being reasonably good at arithmetic. I actually love math. I am a computer programmer, so I have some basic understanding of math. That's basic. But I'm pulled in so many directions. And before I begin my math, I want to explain a few things about who I am and really what I do. See, I, I do computer programming for fun. I have done a lot of digital art in the past. I have art books for sale. I'm an author of several written books as well, but mostly rants about opinions, but also my Chandler's Honesty story, the story of where I talk to a unicorn named Honesty, who acts as my therapist when I talk about my problems. And so it's some deep stuff. It's not for everybody. So I produce a lot of serious content, but I aspire to be a comedian. But when I tell people I'm a comedian, they just laugh at me. Um, and I really have been wanting, for the past half year, more and more, I have been wanting to really do streaming and do podcasts again because I have a lot of podcasting experience. And I remember the days when I was doing several different podcasts. I hosted the Free Will, Science, and Religion podcast. I did the Impersonal Opinion podcast. I did the Philosophy, Science, and Religion podcast. And I had a team of co-hosts, a lot of co-hosts for all of those. But the Free Will, Science, and Religion podcast, which you can find on iTunes, you can probably find it on Stitcher, plus all the episodes are on my YouTube channel. Of course, my YouTube channel was temporarily banned for no good reason. I appealed and got it restored. I don't know how much longer my YouTube channel will be up, but I quit doing those podcasts years ago. And well, I also used to do the Celibate Vegan Voices podcast with Monique. I did that too. But I quit doing all of these podcasts years ago. And I want to explain briefly why. First of all, the Free Will, Science, Religion gang of co-hosts, there were certain individuals who shall remain nameless, but you know who you are, who wanted to turn it into a political show. We were all co-hosts together, but I was the one who really drove the discussion. I was named as the main host. I did the audio editing. I did the publishing. I did a lot of the work, but I actually talked a lot less than, certain people. But what happened is we really had a bad falling out. And part of it is, even though we covered good topics about the illusion of free will, they wanted to turn it into a political thing. And everything was against Trump. And then, people were trying to tell me to vote for Hillary Clinton and stuff like that. And the thing is, I knew that was not going to happen. And I'm pretty sure I even told a few of them that if they don't shut up, I would go out and vote for Trump. I didn't then, though I did in the next election after that. And here's what's interesting. I'm not a very political person. Some people think I am. And that's because everything is considered political. If it's controversial, it's considered political. And for the record, I don't consider abortion to be a political topic. It is an ethical, a moral topic. It's a religious and philosophical topic. But although some will call it a political topic because it often involves laws, the problem, here's what I hate about politics, is what people do is when you're speaking the truth and they don't want you to be heard with what you're saying, they simply saying that you are political and discussion about politics is not allowed. How many Reddit or Facebook groups have I seen where it's like, oh, no discussion of politics? And so then you have to know which topics are political topics and which are not political topics. And so as soon as they don't like what you have to say, then they will say, oh, you're political. So they will shut you down. So calling somebody political is a way of censoring them. It's a way of suppressing free speech. And maybe that's political. Maybe we should not be censoring people because that's too political. And people are targeted who have certain opinions. And I don't mean to be a downer. I really don't mean to be a downer. I want to just be happy and cheerful, and I want to amuse people. I want my Twitch and YouTube to be a comedy show. That's what I really want. But I can't get to the funny part without sometimes discussing the serious part. And it's hard because I'm very limited in time, but I'm just going to say this, that, I am pro-life to the extreme. I'm a pro-life transgender vegan. And I don't support killing of babies. I don't support killing of animals, and that's why I live as a vegan and do the best I can to not pay for products that are, come as a result of killing animals. That means I don't eat animals for food and stuff, more than that, but that's the main thing. People think of veganism as a diet, and veganism can be a diet, but that's only one aspect of it. And so the thing is, you might suspect that someone who is as open-minded as I am about many things would have a lot of friends. No, not really. My only friends are my mother and the other board members of the Rainbow Pro-Life Alliance. I'm a board member of the Rainbow Pro-Life Alliance, and that is another thing that I do. Even though I'm busy with work at Walmart full time and I'm busy with my Full Sail University courses, I also attend the board meeting once a month, and then the other meeting. There's 2 meetings every month, and I try to attend them because it's very important. Just like I also try to go to church when I can get my schoolwork done in time. I try to go to church. There is a church I go to that is in Lee Summit. Oh, I see there is a comment on the Twitch chat. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it shows up there. Perfect. So yeah, you can read the comments. This is a live stream, so people can comment and it will show up on screen because that's how I've configured it. But the thing is, I have a very small circle of friends because I am not a conformer. And I do things very differently than most people. And so, but I want to move on to my main topic tonight, which is me reacting to college algebra and other math. So now that I've expressed my deepest personal feelings, and I have a viewer, I'm going to try to do my first math test. And this is funny. The last one turned out hilarious as I get confused of how to solve the math problems required in my Full Sail course. Will this go well or not? I don't know. But since I have to do it, and since I also have a goal of wanting to do a live stream at least once per week, I'm going to do it. So thank you, Weird as Fock69. That's an interesting username. So I'm going to turn off my camera here. I can turn it back on later if I need to, but I am using Streamlabs desktop. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my web browser, and I need to go to my, here. My College Mathematics Online. I spend so much time doing my online schooling, but I don't show it very often. So here I have some tests here. I have lesson 5 and assignment 5. I have videos for lesson 6, and I have lesson 6, I have assignment 6, and I have exploration of graphing. And here's the sad news is I have to get all of this done before Sunday, March 24th at 10:59 p.m. And I watched the first lecture. I went through the first lecture this week really slow, and there's another lecture I haven't watched yet. But I should have enough knowledge to attempt my first attempt. And notice how it says 3 attempts allowed. So yeah, 3 attempts allowed on this. And I'm going to attempt to do this, okay? This is going to be fun. Okay. Yeah, this is going to get wild. This is going to get really wild. And I hope this isn't too boring. I hope that there's somebody who likes to watch this, because my mom found it hilarious, to be honest. So let's see here. Okay, so this is the practice. Answer the questions below to practice for assignment 5. Once you complete the assignment fully, you will receive feedback that shows the step-by-step process for solving similar problems. If you still have questions about the process or function, please refer to videos at the top of the lesson. The Zoom sessions are also a great place to ask questions and see examples on the board with a live instructor. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so group 2, slope. Okay, the slope-intercept format. Okay, the slope-intercept format. This is very important. So here is the slope-intercept format, and I need to take notes here. So I'm going to open up my notepad. Okay, there we go. It's important to have a text editor open so I can take notes. Some of the equations were like the formulas and stuff were mentioned in the lecture and in some other small videos. But let's see here. I'm going to, okay, I'm in week 3 now. So let me go to week 3 here, and we'll just call this, yeah, I'm just gonna name this file notes. It has a default name there. I probably should have had the notepad ready before I started this. Okay, notes week 3. Okay. So there's the slope-intercept format, where it's y equals mx plus b. So here's the first question. Which description best compares the graphs given by the equations 3x minus y equals 5 and 2x plus 6y equals 24? Oh my god. Okay, which function best compares the graphs given by the equations? Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Oh man. Okay, so here's the thing is, in order to answer the question, that means that I need to know what x and y are. So, okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna make a note of this. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So I have to solve this. So I'm gonna have to open up my notes here. So let's see here. Let me type in both of these equations here. Okay, um so we have 3x minus y equals 5. Okay. Um yeah, okay. So we have that, that's one equation. Okay. And then um we have 2x plus 6y equals 24. So now, okay, which description best compares the graphs given by the equations? Okay, so that's strange. Okay, so I think this means that I have to solve okay, so I have to solve these equations to know whether the lines on the graph would be I'm okay, I'm already confused. See, I have to know if it's parallel, perpendicular, or intersecting but not perpendicular, or none of the above. So let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna test something here. So I'm gonna go to Desmos. Wait, I did not mean to do that. I don't want to save that. Okay. I'm gonna go to Desmos. Okay. Gonna go to the calculator here. Now, Desmos is the recommended calculator. But let's see here. There is a graphing calculator. So let me go to the graphing calculator here. Let me see how this works. So let's see ooh, that's interesting. I wonder if I can find help on how to use this. Okay, let me try something. So x equals 3. Okay, x equals 2. And y equals 4. Wait. Okay. Okay, so there x equals 3, y equals 4. Oh wait, no, wait. Okay, no, it's supposed to be y equals 4. Okay, so this is a graphing calculator. Okay, so this is a graphing calculator. So okay, I've never used a graphing calculator in my life. I've never used a graphing calculator. But the graphing calculator will help me plot something where it is. So, okay, let me try x, let's see. What about x1 equals, okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. Oh man. See, you can tell I did not try to view the test before I started the stream. And that makes it funnier. The fact that I'm clueless as to what I'm doing makes it very strange. So okay, so x equals 3. Um, okay, y2 equals 8. That's strange. It doesn't do anything. Okay. X equals 1. Interesting. Huh. There's a lot I don't know here. Let's see here. Oh, freaky. Okay. So here's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to, it has examples. Okay. So it has, okay, so let's see here. Lines, slope, intercept form. Okay, let's look at the example here. Okay, so that's good that it has built-in examples that you can click and you can view. So let's see here. This is, okay, so, oh, hey, look, I can slide it. Isn't that cool? I can drag this around like it's Google Maps or something. Let's see here. So I can zoom in, I can zoom out. What do the settings do? Ooh, you can turn the grid on or off. And it has, let's see. You can turn on the arrows. Okay. Okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. You can even put a label. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's cool. But I already know that X is the horizontal and Y is the vertical. So let's see here. So like, let's say I went somewhere and I click okay, there's the default viewport. So notice that because when I went to here, this is the slope intercept form. So so the slope intercept form that, so when I change these things, oh yeah, see, it changes things. So wait a minute, but what's M? I don't know what M is, but I do know that the y equals mx plus b is the same as what, okay, so yeah, slope intercept format, y equals mx plus b. So, okay, so let's see here. Oh man, this is confusing me already. So let me try. Let me see if I can solve these equations. Okay, let's see here. Cause you can see how, oh wait, oh I see. This is the, oh man, this is confusing. And I watched the lecture, but you can't tell because I'm really struggling with this one. This one is very strange. So I have to find a way to, but how will I know? How will I know what X or Y are? So, oh, okay. So, okay, let me see here. Oh man, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. The equations, do I have to add those equations together somehow? Let's see here. Slope intercept format. Y equals mx plus b. What? Okay. So, okay, so let me see if I can solve these equations. Let me try something here. Okay, so at the end of the lecture, he mentioned the idea of where you add two equations together. So let's say if I were to try to add these two equations together, assuming that the x and y value are the same, then okay, so let's add these together. So that if we add, okay, they're both positive 5x at the start here. Okay, so what we have here is it's going to be 5x, but then we have to add negative y to positive 6y, which means we're be subtracting one of the y's. So then we have so 5x plus, then it's just 5y. But since we're adding these together, then it's going to equal 30. Okay, so if we have 5x plus 5y equals 30, then okay, but okay, so what times 5 what times 5. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so I think what we can do is, since it's an equation, we can divide both sides by 5. Okay, so let me try to divide this by 5. So if we divide the entire thing by 5, then it's just going to be x plus y equals 6. Okay, so x plus y equals 6. Okay. Okay, this is strange. So if x plus y equals 6, then we have to figure out what would be true here, where, okay, so let's say, okay, wait a minute. So if to have two numbers that added together make 6, okay, they could both be 3. Okay. So let's try something. Okay, let me. I'm gonna try something. Okay, this is some complicated stuff. So let me try substitution. All right, like wait, okay. I want to open a new tab here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the scientific calculator of Desmos. Okay, so let's set x equal to 3, and let's also set y equal to 3. Okay, so let's suppose that since 3 plus 3 is 6, like in the case that I have here, because that would make x plus y equal 6. That would work. So yeah, that would work. Yeah, so let's try something. So x plus y, okay. Yeah, okay, so yeah. Yeah, okay, so So the expression x plus y equals 6 given those conditions. So if we assume that x is y, okay. But so then what about 5x? Okay, let me see here. Let me go back to what I had in my notes here. So we know that so 5x plus 5y is supposed to be 30 according to my previous calculation. Okay, so 5x plus 5y. Ooh, that's interesting. It works, I think. Okay, because it's true that it equals 30 that way. But let me try different values as well. So let's see here. What if we have 2 and we have 4? Wait a minute. Okay, so that still ends up being 6. So that still works. Okay, let's try where they equal 1 and 5. It still equals 30 as long, but okay, let's try. Let's have it like this, and let's see the original. Okay, see the original equations. Okay, so 3x minus y equals, okay, so let's try this. So 3x minus y, okay. So 3x minus y. Oh, wait, 3x minus y ends up being negative 2. And 2x plus 6y equals 24. Okay, so 2x plus 6 y, or let's see, yeah, 2x plus 6y equals 24. Okay, now, okay, that's interesting. See here, now we have this situation where, can I make this bigger? Okay, yeah, so let me make this a little bit bigger. So here, when I have x equal 1 and I have y equal 5, that doesn't work because, yeah, if we were, yeah, this is still true here, but these values are not matching up with the original. 3x plus y has to equal 5. Okay, so let's try something. Let's go back to 2 and 4. Okay, let's see here. So then 3x plus y is equaling 2. Ooh, and then 6x plus 6y equals 28. But it's supposed to be 24. So let's go back to my original idea of trying, wait a minute. Let's see here. Wait a minute. But wait a minute. How is that? Okay, so in this case, did I write this down right? Did I write the correct thing here? So 2x plus 6y is supposed to be 24, and 3x minus y is supposed to be 5. But how am I? Huh? That's a little weird. How am I supposed to? Because there's nothing that's true for both of these cases. I don't know. Okay. How do I know if these equations even have the same values for x and y? Okay. Well, let's try. Let's continue trying things. Let's say that x was 4, and then okay, so that doesn't work. Okay, so let's. Oh wait, oh that's right, because x plus y has to equal. Yeah, so x plus y has to equal 6. Okay, so yeah, so in that case, we had, okay, because if we had 1 and we had 5, that doesn't work. If we have 4 and we have 2, that doesn't work. Okay. That doesn't work either. If we have 2 plus 4, that equals 28. If we have 1 and 5, yeah, that's, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, I am so confused. What am I not understanding here? Like, seriously, I am confused here. I am so hard trying to figure this out. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. So this is okay. This is the hard math problem. I thought last week was hard. This is hard. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something. Okay, so I typed in these equations. So let me try. First, let's copy this equation. Let's get rid of all of these things, and let's try. Oh, okay, so I copied that equation into there. And then the second, okay, so then the second, that's interesting. So wait a minute. I don't understand how the graph gets these. So how does the graph know about these lines given, wait a minute here. Oh, so it's showing 2 points here. Okay, let me see which point is which. Let me try. So that point is by this equation. Yeah, okay, now it's supposed to be 24, yeah, because 2x plus 6y equals 24. So this, okay, oh, I see. This is red. This is red here, and this is blue. So the red and the blue lines. Okay, so let's see here. So now let me look back to what the question said. Let me see if I can understand this. So, which description best compares the graphs? I'm laughing. Given by the equations. Okay, Okay, so parallel, perpendicular, intersecting, but not perpendicular. So, okay, how can something, I'm trying to think, because they couldn't intersect if they were parallel. Yeah, there's no way, okay, so we know that, these two lines intersect right here. Oh, and look at that, it was 2.7 was X, and 3.1 was Y. They were fractional numbers. They were with a decimal point. They weren't integers. I tried every integer. Oh my god. Okay, so let me plug in these values now. So two, okay, 2.7 and 3.1. Okay, 2.7 and 3.1. Wait a minute. Now, okay, wait a minute. So now that x equals 2.7, yeah, x equals 2.7 and y equals 3.1, then at 3x plus y equals 5, okay, and 2x plus 6y equals 24, which those were the original conditions. So in other words, but then wait, then 5x plus 5y equals 29. And that's not what I had. So how did I get, wait a minute, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I'm an idiot. So, okay, so here's where I went wrong. First of all, notice that I added 5 to 24 and I got 30. That was wrong. I made an error because 5 plus 24 is 29. Okay. So, in other words, since it's an odd number, there's no way the x and y could have been the same number. But now that I correct that mistake, then that's freaky. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I just realized something. Because of the fact that now that number is not 30, I can't divide 29 by 5. Well, I mean, I can, but yeah, so I can divide, but then it's with remainder. So, okay, so, because what happens if some fool tries to divide 29 by 5? We end up with 5.8. But wait a minute, you can. Notice that x plus y was 5.8 because, oh, instead of 6 is 5.8, because in this case, then 5x plus 5y equals 29, and then 29 divided by 5 equals 5.8. So it's 5.8. So I made a simple error in my addition when I tried to add these two equations together. So if I had considered that they wouldn't be whole numbers, if I had considered that they wouldn't be integers, maybe I would have figured out the right values for x and y. But that's the crazy part is if you look at that, you'll see that yeah, that's weird. So I'm going to okay, okay, so that's an expression. Let me go to okay, yeah. Look. Okay, new blank graph. So let me try something very interesting. So yeah, 2x plus 6y equals 24. And then the other one, yeah, let's have that. So we have, now the red and blue lines are reversed, but we still have 2.7 and 3.1, which is, yeah, which is exactly, yeah, 2.7 and 3.1. So x equals 2.7 and y equals 3.1. So, yeah. So, you mean to tell me that all I had to do was enter those formulas into, yeah, all I had to do was enter those formulas from here, and then the graph would help me see how it looks? I don't know how the graphing calculator works, but if I had to guess, now we see that these lines are actually, let me just make sure that I know the difference between parallel and perpendicular. Okay, so let's see. Parallel. So let's look up let's look up let's look up images for, okay, so parallel is where the lines are facing the exact same direction. Parallel lines. So how about okay, then let's look at I did not mean to do that. I'm trying to learn the difference between a parallel and perpendicular line. Okay, perpendicular line. Okay. And perpendicular is where they are Okay, yeah. Let's go to definition. Okay, so I need. Okay, I found a page here. Math concepts explained. Do you need help in math? You have no idea how much help I need in math. Okay, so okay, so a lot of traffic coming to my site. Let's see here. Oh, okay, this is funny. A lot of traffic coming to my site ha has been specifically seeking to learn more about perpendicular lines. At this point in the new school year, many math classes are just beginning to study graphing. And so perpendicular and parallel lines are often discussed along with other basic graphing concepts, such as slopes and intercepts. Yep, we're talking about slopes and intercepts. In this post, I would like to give you a definition of perpendicular lines. Maybe include a bit of review of some other graphing notes and go over a few example questions involving. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's start with the perpendicular lines question. It specifically is talking about the relationship between two different lines who intersect at a 90-degree angle. Two lines that cross at 90 degrees are said to be perpendicular to each other. A good example of this is the familiar x-y axis. The y-axis is perfectly up and down with absolutely no slant to the side, whereas the x-axis is perfectly left to right with absolute no deviation to the vertical. You can easily see that they form right angles where they meet. However, it is important to realize that the lines themselves can go in any direction, not strictly up, down, left, and right. The only critical part is that they intersect at 90 degrees. Let's see here. Hmm. Very interesting. So, okay, yeah, that's an example, and it looks perpendicular. Um, huh. Wow. Okay. So now that, okay, so I think I'm getting it. So, okay, so let's see here. So now, yeah, so now the math checks out with X and Y here, but if we look at our lines here, we will see that the lines appear, at least to my eyes, they appear to be exactly, oh man, okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. I need to go back to sharing my screen. Okay, yeah, this is crazy. So now I'm going to show you. Okay, so here it looks like a 90-degree angle to me. It looks like the lines are intersecting and they're perpendicular because they're not parallel or they'd be going the same way. So, okay. So they are perpendicular. So the answer to this question should be that they are perpendicular. And that was question 1 of 16 questions completed. I hope they don't all take me as long to figure out as that one. But I believe that perpendicular is the right answer to this multiple choice. This is harder than I thought. Okay. Okay. Select the line that has an undefined slope. Okay. So let's see here. Wait a minute. Oh, I think I know this one. Okay, so I believe that if you have because if it's a vertical line, it can't have a slope. It has no slope because it doesn't slope. It doesn't go up or down like a ramp or a hill. Cause this would be a negative slope and that this would be okay. Wait, undefined. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Select the line that has an undefined slope. So if the line goes from left to right, wait a minute. Oh man. Okay, wait. Undefined slope. But wouldn't, okay, wait a minute. Oh man, this is harder than I thought. This is much harder than I thought. Because I thought that a horizontal or vertical line would be, wait a minute. I realized something. Okay, wait. I need to look back at the formula. Okay, so I made note of this. Okay, so see what happened is I wrote a computer program about the slope. And okay, let me look back at my slope function that I wrote here. Okay, where did the thing go? Okay, so here's the thing. So we know that the formula is the rise and the run. Okay, so the rise is y2 minus y1, and the run is x2 minus. So wait a minute. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. So if the rise or the run, okay, so if the rise or the run equals, oh man, okay, okay, so I've forgotten, okay, so, okay, I'm gonna Google this, okay, undefined slope. Oh, I did actually did slop. Undefined slop. Undefined slop. Okay, what? Okay, so so undefined slope, as the name suggests, is the slope of any curve or line where the change in vertical direction became exponentially too large compared to the horizontal direction. Undefined slope of any line or curve becomes increasingly steep, and its slope could not be expressed as a finite numerical value. Let's see here. Let's see here. So a line with an unidentified slope is parallel to the y-axis going straight up and down. This corresponds to to a 90-degree angle where the tangent is undefined. So the slope of a straight line can be described as the rise, the vertical, so the vertical change over the run, the horizontal change. When you move along the line, when a line is parallel to the y-axis, it goes straight up and down, and it's perpendicular to the x-axis, which goes side to side. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Okay, I think I get it. Because, okay, I'm gonna close that. I think I get it. And we'll get rid of the undefined slop. Okay, so this is funny, guys. So here's the thing: is if okay, let me see here. Let me try. I'm gonna try something. So x equals 4. Oh, let me try this. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't understand this. Oh yeah, I don't know how to use, but okay, if I'm understanding correctly, because you would be if the x because the formula. because the formula for the yeah. Let me look back at the slope because the rise is y2 minus y1 and the run is the x2 to minus the y1. So okay, now you would run into a problem because if you were to try to have I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it because if the y value were to be the same for a line of 2 points from one, if y was yeah, so if y was the same, then you would end up dividing by a 0 in that case. So the vertical line is the line that has an undefined slope. Okay, because it has a 0 value. Whereas that's not true for the x because the x difference could be 0, but then you could divide it by any other number, it would still be 0. So it's 0, it's not undefined. Whereas the y-axis, okay, I get it. The vertical line has an undefined slope. I'm starting to understand this, people. I think, man, this is hard. I'm trying to understand it so bad. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, let me see here. This is really crazy. Okay, just checking the comments to see if there's anything. So I've solved 2 questions out of 16. This is okay. So graphing a linear equation. Okay, find the x and y intercept of the following equation. Okay, let me see here. So let's try this. So let's try so the equation here for this is negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 12. So negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 12. So that's the equation. So let's try this. Let's try this equation. Okay, so okay, so oh wait, I get it. So I remember. Okay, so see this. So let me zoom in on this. I think I understand this question. So if we okay, I'm trying to okay, yeah. So here this is the x-intercept because the line by this equation intersects the x-axis here. So it's 4 because because y would be 0 and x would be 4 here. But then this intercept here is negative 3y and 0x. So in other words, 4, 0, and 0, negative 3. Okay, so let's try this. So I think it's this first one. Let me just double check here. So 4, 0, yeah, 4, 0, 0, negative 3. 4, wait, okay, 4, so it's 4, 0, and negative x3. See, yeah, so 4, 0, and 0, negative 3. Yeah, but then so then the y-axis, the y-intercept is listed before. So that should be the correct answer. But here's the thing is I'm still not understanding, like, how does it take this equation and then graph it onto this graph. Like, how does that even work? I don't understand. See, I want to understand this. I really, really want to understand this, but I'm just not getting it. I don't understand how that makes a slope. I don't get it. Let me try something. Let me try to say that, what if 4 plus 6 equals x? Okay. 4 plus 6 equals x plus y. Wait, okay, plus y. Okay, so in this case, 4 plus 6 equals x plus y. It makes that line, but why does it make that line? There's still so much I don't understand. Like, I can put in the equation into the graphing calculator, but I don't know why it works as it does. And see, that's the part that frustrates me. Because somehow it's getting, like, I want to understand this. But all I know is that at least I found the intercept for that. Okay, so I got question 3 right. Okay. Okay, find the x and y intercepts of the following graph. Okay. So I'm trying to understand this here. I don't get this. So now I have to look at the graph and I have to find the intercepts. So wait. So this line is a horizontal line that intersects with the y-axis at -2. So, but there is not an x-intercept. So this no x-intercept, and then y minus int 0, 2. So yeah, so that one says there's no y-intercept. See, there is a y-intercept on -2. Okay, y minus intercept. Yeah. So I think this is the first. I think that's the first one. I really think that's the first one. Okay. If I'm understanding this right so far, I'm 4 questions deep into this, and I am still really confused. I don't understand. See, here's the thing is, I understand X and Y locations, but I don't understand, like, I really don't understand how an equation can give you a line with a certain slope. Like, how in the world, how does this even work? I don't know how the calculator works. How does this even work? Because, okay, let me look at these examples. Okay. So here we have, oh, okay. So here we have a point slope form. So x1 and y1. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I can move this thing around. Man, this graphing, yeah, this example, let's see, 2-point form. Okay, let's look at this 2-point form. So here we have 2 points. So we have an x1 and a y1, and then we have a x2 and x. So let's look. so if I move, okay, so this one here, so if I move this first point here, then these values change. These values change as I move along this one, whereas the other values are going to change. The y2 and x2 are going to change if I move this point. That's crazy. So, oh, that's weird. Oh, there's so much. I've never used a graphing calculator in my life, but I think I've answered the first 4 questions correctly. But I have no experience with graphing calculators, and I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. So which description best compares the graph given by the following equations? Okay. X minus 7y equals 4. Okay, we're gonna create. Okay, we're gonna do a. Man, there's a lot of stuff I don't know here. There's a lot of stuff, but I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I'm going to do a new blank graph, and then I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's see here. To make this easier for me to type in here. Okay, I'm going to. So if we have x minus 7y equals 4, x minus 7y equals 4. Okay, yeah, we're going to do that and put that in the graphing calculator. And then the other one is the, okay, y equals 1 divided by 7x minus 2. Let's try this. Let's try this here. Okay, that's the wrong calculator. Then we'll put this here. Yeah, y equals 1 divided by 7 x equals parallel. Let me try this. Y equals 1 divided by 7 x. Yeah, because it's crazy because the way when I try to copy paste it, it does a whole different thing. It does 1 divided by 7 times x. Whereas what we're trying to do here is we're trying to do y equals 1 divided by 7 times x, the entire fraction times x minus 2. Okay, so then this one should be the correct one. Okay, so then okay, we'll delete that one. So these lines are parallel. Okay, so these, yeah, they look parallel. They totally look parallel to me. Okay, that's my answer is parallel. Yeah, I'm gonna make note that that was parallel. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Choose the graph that represents the inequality below. Huh. Um, let's see here. Let's try here. Let's try, let's see. So okay, so y is less than or equal. Ooh, yeah, okay. Y is less than or equal see here. Very interesting. So there is a way to do less than or equal. Okay, so y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 4. Okay. Negative 2x plus 4. Okay, and let's put this away. So y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 4. So let's see here. Now, okay, so this graph, the way this is where we have like this negative slope because it's going downhill, so it's negative slope. If we look at this, the negative, well, but this, they're both negatives. Well, that's a positive slope because it's going left to right up there. But it looks like this. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Oh, there's more than one of these. There's multiple. Okay, let me look at all these things. What looks the most like the graph? So this graph is at 0, 4, right below the 5, and it's going this way. Okay. So yeah, there's that one. There's that one. So choose the graph that represents the inequality below. Huh. Let's see here. So there's more than one. See, honestly, I'm trying to figure this out because some have dotted lines and some don't have dotted line. So how do I know? Because choose the graph that represents the inequality below. Because that one and that one, they both look like that the values are the same, what the intersection is the same. They both look the same. That's weird. Huh. So how do I know which is the correct one? Because we have some that don't have a, let's see here. I'm trying to understand this. So we have some that have a dotted line and some that don't. So let me see. Because these both look the same to me. They totally look the same. But I'm going to choose this one and hope it's correct because it has the dotted line. And I'm going to assume the dotted line means it's an inequality rather than an equation. It's an inequality because we know that, that y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 4. So I think I chose the right answer for that one. I can only hope. Okay, so y is less than 7x. Okay. Y is less than 7x. Okay, so let's see that intersects right at 0, 0. Okay, let's see here. This is interesting because, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I noticed something. Notice how, okay, so if you notice how there's a dotted line here, this is a dotted line form. Yeah, this is the, okay, so the dotted line form. But if we go back, to the previous question, Did the previous one have, it did not have a dotted line. It did not have a dotted line. Why didn't it have a dotted line? I don't know. But the previous one where I had to do that one, that did not have a dotted line on the graph. So I think that means I need to select the one here that does not have the dotted line. But I have no idea why they are, some are dotted and some are not. I don't know that. And maybe that was covered in the second lecture this week on Thursday. But it took me forever just to watch the first lecture, and I don't remember. I'm confused. I really don't know. I may have to ask the professor about this, and there's not even time to watch the second lecture. I don't have time for that because I have to take my mom to the doctor tomorrow, and then I have to go to work tomorrow. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, it's great. I have 7 of 16 questions completed. Okay, so, okay. Systems of linear equations. Use the substitution method to solve the system of equations below. Okay. Okay, so let's try this. Now this is where I'm going to clear, because for this isn't a graph. So y equals 3x. Okay, so y equals 3x. Oh wait, that's right. All right, yeah. Okay, so wait, let's see here. 3x. Okay, well, that means we have to plug in values. So let's say that, okay, if x equals 1 and y equals -3, we'll put those as the values for x and y. Let's see if, okay, let's see, 3x, let's see, y equals, see, I'm trying to figure this out. So y equals 3x. Okay, so wait a minute. So wait. Okay, so 3x. Okay, wait. 3x. So 3x. So yeah. So the first thing, 3x is 3. But okay, and then let's see. That's the wrong thing. Okay, so then, and then the second expression, -2x plus 8y. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. -2x plus, that's the wrong one. I'm trying to switch. See, I have multiple tabs open here. Okay, well, -2x plus 8y. Okay. Plus 8y. So, let's see here. So, this second expression is supposed to equal 22. So we know that we have the wrong values here. We have the wrong values because y doesn't equal 3x. 3x is positive 3, and y equals equal to -3. So that's not even right. That can't be right. So that means, let's try the next thing. So what if x equals -1 and y equals 3? Okay. X equals -1 and y equals 3. Then we have, okay, so let's see here. Is that right? Okay, but the second expression is supposed to equal 22. That's not correct. So let's have both the numbers be negative. Let's have them both be negative. Wait a minute. Okay, so look at this. Now it's right, because 3 times x is -3, and y is equal to -3. So, yeah. And then 22, so 3x and 22. So because y does in fact equal 3, the same as 3 at x, and so that's the right one. Okay, so that means, so that one where I did -1 and -3. So the third option is correct. Oh man, this is wild. Okay, use the elimination method to solve the system of equations below. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so then we have, okay, I'm gonna type this in here. Okay, so we have, so 0, okay. Okay, so let's try 0, okay, 0.12x minus 0.09y equals 45. That's what it's supposed to be for that first one. And then negative 0.3x plus 1.6y equals 8.5. Okay, so let's try these. Okay, let's try the first multiple choice option. So let's try this. So x equals -15, x equals -15, and y equals 7. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take these expressions. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is supposed to be, yeah, so negative, okay, so negative, yeah, so that's supposed to equal, okay, and then the second one, the second expression is this one. So let's see here. Okay, 15.7. So here's the problem. Those numbers are not matching up. So let's try something. Let's try changing the x to 5. Let's try having the x be 5. Because if the x is 5 and the y equals 7, wait, let me see here. Because wait a minute. So so the first one is supposed to evaluate to 0.45. Okay. So it doesn't evaluate to, okay, so let's try that. That also doesn't work when we do that. Let's try 9 and 5. Okay, let's try 9 and 5. And that's 63. Ooh, that's still not matching up. So there's only one more option. 9 and 7 are x and y values. So 9 and 7. So now that x equals 9 and y equals 7, we have 0.45 and 8.5. So it's the fourth option. Okay, there we go. Substitution isn't really so bad when you have a calculator to help along for the ride here. Okay, so in this section, you will practice using the skills of graphing linear equations. Choose the graph that corresponds to the given system. Okay, x is less than or equal to -3. Okay, x is less than or equal to -3. And then 5x plus 3y. Okay, 5x. Okay, then 5x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 9. Greater than or equal to 9. Okay. So that's what it looks like when I put those two equations or inequalities as they are, it shows that these different things. So let's see here. So it looks like there 3, 8. Huh. So that goes there. Honestly, let me make sure that I have these equations right. Okay, x less than or equal to -3. Okay, less than or equal to -3. 5x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 9. So very interesting here. So let me look at the question. So choose the graph that corresponds to the given system. Does that intersect with 2? Wait a minute. That doesn't quite. I'm trying to understand this. I'm really trying to understand this. Wait, so that intersects with 3 on the y-axis. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, that one does intersect with 3. Now that one there is at -2. Yeah, that's very weird. I think that it is this one. I think it's that first one because yeah, because this one looks the most like it. The first one does. I hope I've got this right. I really do. 10 out of 16 completed. But this is only the practice test before the other test after it. I'm not gonna stream the whole thing, don't worry. I'm just gonna finish this test. Oh man. Okay, so that's that one. And then graphing system of linear inequalities. Choose the graph that corresponds to the given system. Okay. So let's try. Actually, let me try here. I'm gonna move tab to a new window. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm going to have this be a separate window because that allows me to try to type in the things here. So y is greater than or equal. What if I did equal or greater than? Nope. Yep. No, it has to be y is greater than or equal. Okay, greater than or equal to 1, oh wait, 1 divided by 3 x minus 1. So there's that one. So then the second inequality here is y is less than or equal to x plus 2. So now we have that picture there showing those two. Yeah, so now I can see it on the same screen. So now we have those two there. And it looks like if I'm understanding this right, I think, except wait a minute. I'm trying to see which of these is yeah, this is very weird. Choose a graph that corresponds to the given system. Did I enter those in right? Huh. So which one is it? Trying to see here. If I look at these, okay, when I look at it bigger, it looks different, slightly. Yeah, there's a lot I'm not understanding, but I think this is the one that looks the most like it based on what I'm seeing here. So yeah, that's crazy. I'm not understanding this at all. Okay, so let's try this one now. Let me choose a graph that corresponds to the given system. So now let's clear both of those out here. We have y is greater than or equal to -7 divided by 4 x plus 4. So we have that for that one. Then we have y is less than 1 divided by 4 times x minus 4. Okay, so then we have that. We have these two things here. So the graph that's going to look the most like this actually looks the most like it. That's what it looks like. 12 of 16 completed. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. Oh man. This is hurting my brain, I swear. Is anyone still watching this? Okay, I have 2 viewers. As long as I have viewers, might as well continue the stream, but I gotta complete this. I'm gonna at least complete this tonight, and I don't see myself taking this test a second time, because I'm allowed multiple attempts, but I can't afford to drop 2 hours every time I do a test. See, that's the kind of time dedication this thing requires. Okay, so let's try this. I don't understand very much about this, but let's try this now. So now let's try this one. So now let's do this one is that one, and then this one is 1/2 x minus 1. The formulas only differed slightly. So now let's see here. Now it looks like as though this it's a little bit hard to see, but if I am reading this correct, I think that this one most closely matches this picture. Okay, that's what I'm hoping. Okay, linear equation word problem. Oh man, the linear equation word problem. Okay, Nicole bought a desktop computer and a laptop computer. Before finance charges, the laptop cost $300 more than the desktop. She paid for the computers using two different financing plans. The desktop, the interest rate was 6% per year. And for, yeah, okay, for the laptop it was 7% per year. The total finance charges for 1 year were $398. How much did each computer cost before the finance charges? Oh man. Okay. So let's try this. I'm going to try to use substitution. That's what I'm going to try to do. So now let me try this. I'm going to try, actually, I'm going to pop this into a new window. We're going to use the scientific calculator here. We're totally just going to use the scientific calculator, and we're going to clear everything in memory of the scientific calculator. So let's have D represent, yeah, listen, D equals 2,900, and then, okay, D equals 2,900, and then L equals 3,200. Okay, let's see here. So let's try this. Okay, I need to make this. Okay, so let's try this. Let's make this move off to the side. So yeah, this is wild. So the interest rate was 6% per year. Okay, so Nicole bought a desktop computer and a laptop computer. Before finance charges, the laptop costs $300 more than the desktop. Okay, so before finance charges, the laptop cost 300 more than the desktop. So that's true in the first example here, at least. So that's not true for everything. The laptop cost, so that's before the finance charges. So she paid for the computer using two different financing plans. For the desktop, the interest rate was 6% per year. Okay. Okay. So the total finance charge for 1 year were okay. Okay. So here. Okay. So now it's only 1 year, so that helps keep this word problem simpler than it would be if it was multiple years or different years for each computer or something. Okay. So whoever Nicole is, I have to figure out how much interest she had to pay. So okay. So let me try this. Wait, I did not mean to do that. Okay. So for the desktop, the interest rate was 6% per year. Okay. So desktop times, okay. Yeah, okay. So the desktop times 0.06%. Okay, desktop is okay. 0.06%. Okay. And then for the other one, wait, that's the graphing calculator. Okay, then the desktop was 6, laptop was 7. Okay, so laptop times 0.07. So let's see here. So actually, okay, let's try this. Let's have A equals so A will equal the interest of the desktop, and B will equal the interest of the laptop. So then A plus B, okay, so then A plus B is 398. So 398 was the total. So that means the first option was correct. Oh man, that's wild. That's really wild. Oh man, that's pretty wild here. Okay, so linear inequalities. Yellow cab taxi charges a $1.75 flat rate for a ride in the cab. In addition to that, they charge 0.45 per mile. Katie has no more than 12 to spend on a ride. At most, how many miles can Katie travel without exceeding her spending limit? Okay, they call it a linear inequality, but I don't know why it's called an inequality. But I'm going to try to solve this using arithmetic. So I'm going to move this tab to a new window. I'm going to try this here. So what we have here is I'm going to clear everything. So we have, so she has no more than 12. So $12 minus 40, yeah, 0.45, because 45 is okay. So 12 minus 0.45, oh, no, the flat rate is 1.75. So 12 minus 1.75, that's what it is when you subtract 1.75 flat rate for a ride in the cab. You'll have 10.25. Okay, so then, okay, let's have okay, we're gonna have A equals 10.25. Okay, that's what we have. And then, so there's A. So let's try A. So then A divided by 0.45. And then you get 22.77778, whatever. So in other words, if we round this, okay, at most, how many miles can Katie travel without exceeding her spending limit? So since we figured out the amount she would have before being charged per mile was 10.25, and then we are dividing that by, so she can't travel 23 miles. She can travel a fraction more than 22, but not all the way to. So 22 miles at the most, Katie can ride in the cab. So she can only ride 22 miles on her $12. But first of all, where is this cab that charges only 45 cents per mile? That's a very cheap cab. But that was question 15 of 16. Okay, linear equation word problem. Okay. Okay. Okay, we've got a linear equation word problem. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to try this. So what we're going to do is let's try this. So so mechanic A, okay, yeah, mechanic A worked for 15 hours. Let's pretend that mechanic A worked for 15 hours, and then mechanic B worked for 5 hours. So let's plug in those values for the first multiple choice option. Okay, so the first mechanic charged 95 per hour, and the second mechanic charged 75 cents per hour. Mechanics worked for a total of 20 hours, and together they charged a total of 1,800. So we know how much they charge per hour. Okay. So, okay, so let's say that A times 95 and B, so then B times 75. Okay, let's see here. Because the total number of hours, okay, so then we have that. So let's try this. So C is going to equal A times 95, and D is going to equal B times 75. So then if we add C plus D, we get 1800. So the total ends up being, they charge a total of 1800. Yeah, the total is 1800. And so the first option is correct. Because let's say that we tried to change it. Let's say, because the first option that works, but what if we changed it to 12 and 8? Well, then we get a different amount. So that means the first option has to be correct. So what this means here is that I've answered all 16 questions. I've answered all 16 questions in this math test. And let's see, how long did it take me to do? Okay, if you take away the 10 minutes that I spent talking about other things before the math test, then you still have to consider that it took me an hour and a half to do a 16 question math test. Okay, I'm going to submit this and let's see if I got this right. I hope I got a good score on this. I really hope. I hope so, man. Okay, so let's see here. So I got that one correct. So the first slope of it was perpendicular, so I got that correct. But yeah, the question about that one, whether it was perpendicular or not. Okay, I got that one correct, and then I got the vertical line was correct. That has a vertical line has undefined slope. I got that one right. Okay, I got that one correct as well because I looked at the intercepts. Ooh, incorrect. Wait, what's going on? No x-intercept. It was incorrect. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y minus, wait a minute. Y minus intercept. Oh, the y-intercept was here. It was positive 2 rather than negative 2. It was positive 2, and this was negative 2. I failed to see the difference between. Okay, at least I understand why the intercept was wrong. Okay, so at least I got it wrong, but I at least know why I got it wrong. Wait, I know why I got it wrong, because it was on the y-axis. See, this is why algebra is funny. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, the y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay. Okay. Yeah, very interesting. And that was just an example included in the directions. But in here, I see why I got it wrong. So I got that one wrong. This was parallel. I got that question correct. And this one, I got that correct. Okay, I got it correct. Yeah, I got that one correct, it seems. Graphing a linear equality. Let's see here. Looks like I got it correct. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I got that one correct as well. Okay, I got that one correct. And let's see here. Incorrect. Choose the graph that corresponds to the given system. I thought I selected the picture that looked like the right graph, but there must have been something I missed. Okay. The graphing things I still am not understanding very well. That one was correct. That's good. That was correct. So, oh, incorrect. Wait, so the correct one was ever so slightly different. I tried to look at it, but I just, yeah, let's see here. First step is graph both inequalities. The inequality is greater or less than, oh wait, oh here, okay, Terry Clark explains this. Okay, this is important. So, if the inequality is greater than or less than the graphing line, okay, if the inequality is greater than or less than, graphing line will be a dotted line. If the inequality is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, the graph line will be a solid line. Okay, so in the case where it's strictly greater than or less than, the graph line will be a dotted line. If the inequality is greater than or equal, it'll be a solid line. So if it's a greater or less, greater than or equal, or less than or equal, it'll be a solid line. But if it is strictly greater or less than, then it'll be a dotted line. Once they are graphed, decide exactly where to shade for each inequality. If the inequality is greater than or greater than or equal to 0, shade above the line. If it is less than or equal to, shade below the line. But I don't know exactly how to. Well, actually, if I would have graph paper, I could follow the directions. But as it is, I'm trying to follow what the graphing calculator said. So I don't get to choose where to shade. Okay, once they're both shaded, then you see exactly where they overlap. So it's the overlap that you're supposed to look for. So at least that explanation helps a little bit. Okay, so let's see this one. I got that one correct. Okay, good. I got that one correct. Yes. I got that one correct. Okay, I got it correct. Wow. So I got 81.25% on that. So yeah. And let me look at it again. Let's count how many incorrect. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to the page I was on and look at the details. So incorrect. So incorrect. So that means I got 3 out of 16 questions incorrect. So that means that I got 13 out of 16 correct. And the thing is, I don't have time to spend another hour and a half trying to solve this again. That's the frustrating thing. I would like to get better grades, but I simply lack the time because I still have more tests to do. I have more lessons and I have more tests to do. I am really, really struggling. So if I had time, I could do more attempts, but then I still have assignment 5, and I have the videos to watch for lesson 6, and the assignment 6, the exploration of graphing. There's so much I don't know. But you know what? That's enough math for tonight. That's totally enough math for tonight. So I truly hope that people watching this weren't bored out of their mind. In fact, if they were, they probably quit watching. But also, I have the Fluttershy shirt, Fluttershy the pony. So yeah, this is crazy. At least this way, I get to keep up my goal of streaming once a week, and I got to complete one of my math tests. I would have liked to get 100% on it, but it's time consuming because I'm not good at this. I'm really not good at this. Um, I like arithmetic and I figured out how to use substitution to solve some of the problems. But these are the kind of things that I can't do all the math in my head either. I have to use the calculator, and in fact, they recommend the Desmos calculator. So I'm following the directions the best I can, but man, was this hard. So thank you to those of you who watched this, and I hope that if you do college math, you will have better luck than I have in this class. I'm doing my best, and that's all anyone can do. So goodbye, everybody. Have a good